Hey, video sec here. By the way, I mean, and you've probably heard me say this before, there's been a lot going on, and I will talk about that after these messages, of course. But on the comments and questions, like always. By the way, I've been having to do some serious overtime on trying to make these videos for you guys and just get them out of the way. It's been so freaking hectic. I mean, the power outage that happened recently for 6.5 days did not help a damn thing, let me tell you. But anyway, let's get the first one out of the way here. And this person asked me on finding the substitute for TPE Stains Remover. The guy said, the real cream don't work for me. And I just said to him, did you get it from the vendor that you bought it from? Sometimes if it's bad enough, you have to let it sit for a day. But if that doesn't work, then it's not coming out. Now, basically, of course, what I'm stating is that if you rub it on and you let it sit for at least a day or two, sometimes you might have to do it a second time after letting it sit for a day or so. But if that stain in your TPE material isn't gone by the second time that you've done it, that stain is not coming out. It's too deep for it to come out. Just so you know. And this guy says, you seem like a nice guy, videos like, I've watched a bunch of your videos. There is one thing I always wondered about the dolls that maybe you could answer. Setting aside the emotional feelings, how close is just the physical feeling of doing it with a doll to a real female? And I just said, I actually have a video for that, but it feels like sex with a woman, basically. For you who do not know. But anyway. And then this guy asked me, where can I get a good deal on Realdoll? And are the holes for their rear ends realistic? And I said, the only way to get a Realdoll period is at the site itself. But you can go through the customization menu and go through only the features that you want for your doll. With pre-made parts, that is. And get it a bit cheaper that way versus just getting the doll as is. Now, if you get just the basic pre-made doll as is, when you click on a doll that you like, there's going to be features on it that you might not need. So just going through the customization menu to customize your doll, you can just pick out all of the features that you either want or don't want. Just so you know. Next one. I never realized how much TPE goes into making one of these dolls because of the dismantle video I made. And I just said, yeah, it's a lot. A lot. Now, 50 pounds of it was TPE material. I mean, at best, the doll itself was about maybe 60 pounds at best. And yeah, like 90% of that weight was just from the TPE material itself. Just nuts. Then this guy states, you should see the skeleton in the new EX doll summit series here in this link, which of course I did. And it said, yes, I see there's extra joints for the shoulders, for the shrugging shoulders, and fingers and toes, obviously. Moving on to the next one. This guy says, what about putting it back in the box and just leaving it for the garbage man when throwing it away? And then I just stated, one, somebody might actually think that's a real body if they see it at some point. And two, there's a chance they won't take it due to the size. Now, I'm not sure about where anybody else lives at, but around here, if something is big and heavy enough, the trash people will not take it. For instance, the love doll probably is a bit too big. And if one of these trash guys sees it, and we all know how intelligent trash guys are sometimes, one of them might actually think at first that it's a dead body. and then they might actually do a police search around the premises and possibly even knock down people's doors. Now, I've actually seen that people have actually mistaken love dolls tossed out as, real people sometimes. Although there was actually this one case where one man actually almost thought that a body on the ground was a love doll, but it was actually a real person in that case. But I'm just saying, when it comes to throwing your love dolls away, make sure that none of your neighbors or anybody that you know might mistaken it for a real body, and try to, make sure that it doesn't come back to you like that. Trust me, it is so freaking awkward. You do not want that. Anyway, if TPE doll stays on foot all times, Kimber doll, the skin can suffer alterations, question mark, or leave her in seated position like chair style sitting, question mark. About cleaning, she can be cleaned with wipes, W5 general cleaning, or aloe vera hand wipes. My shower is too tight to get into. Or I think he means that his shower is too tight to get the doll in properly, I guess. But yeah, I mean, W5 industrial wipes, I mean, that's a nice idea. But, that kind of stuff is kind of like the wipes for your hands that you sometimes get from restaurants. Except, obviously kind of better at least. But, using wipes like that, maybe you can kind of get away with it once. But it still is just better to use soap and water. It is just more, it just cleans better. That's all I have to say. Anyway, moving on. Why are you selling your fabric doll? I hope because you're saving for a new TPE or a silicone doll to share with the channel. And I said, it's an old doll and I never touch her anymore. That, and yeah, saving money for something else. Now, it could be for a new doll, or it could also just be for something else I need to pay off, because I do have loans I need to frickin' pay off before I really buy something that expensive at the moment. Just so you know. Oh, yeah. And this one I've been getting today, just so you know. This is kind of a negative comment here, but it's also kind of funny, just so you know. I'm kind of laughing at this guy. Anyway, he says, what about finding a real woman and having a family? Question mark. And I just said, for me personally, even if I didn't have a love doll, I'd still choose to be single. I'm not trying to replace women, not that I don't think about it sometimes since now that I'm 30 years old, and I asked him many more questions. And then he just said, you atheists are very strange and somehow always lonely as well. And I'm just like, wow, really? It's like, wow, this guy must be like trying to piss me off or something, which I kind of saw coming, but anyway. I just said, wow, I'm not even close to being atheist, and I'm not lonely either. Like, there's plenty of people I actually talk to, by the way. And then he said, sorry, let's say Jesus haters. Better. Anyway, thanks for the review. Just find a woman. You will not be young forever, you know. I mean, he's saying that like I don't know that. I mean, I'm like, yeah, 30 years old now. I'm not really technically young anymore, but anyway. And I just said, if you're trying to make me mad, you're doing a very bad job at it. In fact, you're making me laugh. You know what makes me really laugh is just the people that are really trying to piss you off. And it pisses them off even more, actually, because when they fail at trying to make you mad, it always makes me laugh. But the last thing I'll talk about here. Now, some of you might have noticed that there's been some dating site links that have been being put into my comments. And let's just say I've been starting to see a lot of them lately, whoever is putting these into my comments. And lately I've actually have had to delete a few of them, by the way. So, like, if I see like one comment that goes to like a dating or sex site, that's okay. But if I see like 2 to 3 of these comments on some of my videos, I'm deleting them. And I'm sure that the rest of you could probably understand. It's actually really annoying to see, just a bunch of sex like comments on my videos like that. It really is. Like, you do not have to put that many comments on my videos. One is okay, but 2 to 3, no. I'm deleting your comments. Just so you know, whoever's doing it. But enough about that. Now, what I was going to talk about is that, yeah, it's been just real. It's been real rough lately. Yeah, my power going out last week, yeah, did not help. Did not help at all. And the other night, I was going to make at least 1 to 2 videos that I've been meaning to make, and I still have to make. But that night in particular, my brother came over, and he stayed past 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to go to bed like at, I don't know, midnight at best. And I don't know why he did that, but he just really was not thinking about my time. And yeah, in the future, of course, my brother is going to be moving in soon, and I will, of course, still be making videos, but it's going to be a bit awkward, probably, me trying to make videos while my brother's living here now, because I can't really make videos while he's awake and around. Also, my brother doesn't like, being in videos like this, obviously. So, that'll be a bit of an undertaking, but I still, of course, will be making videos. And I will see about, making up on, making those videos that I've been trying to make recently and, get all these other videos out of the way. So, of course, don't worry, I'll still be making Love Doll videos, to say the least. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, if you have any more comments and questions, just leave them down below. I will, of course, answer to them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.